Welcome back. Now it's time to work on connecting with the database. So in order to connect to the database, you need to head on over to localhost /dashboard and make sure that your Apache web server as well as your database are up and running. You need to make sure that your ZAP is up and running, your SQL as well as the Apache web server. And then you need to click on PHP My Admin. And then you need to click on user accounts, and you will find so many here accounts. So the one that I'm going to be using is the root 127.0.0.1 or the root localhost. You can use either of them. So let's use this, for example, root localhost. So the username is root, the host name is localhost, the password is no, there's no password, and the global privileges is all privileges. So I will be able to use it on the database. So let's now use these credentials. So I'm going to head on over to the project, and in the project I'm going to create a new file called let me create a new file connection.php or config. You can name it even config.php. You can name it connection or config. You can name it this or this. There is no problem. And then let me here say PHP. I'm going to say PHP, and then I'm going to close the PHP. And then what we need to do is that we need to say mysqli underscore connect, and then we need to pass 4 parameters. So the first parameter is going to be the host name. So the host name is localhost. So I'm going to say here localhost. The second parameter is going to be the username. So I'm going to say here comma and then root, because the username is root, this username that I chose to use. And then the password, the third parameter is the password, and the password is nothing. So I'm going to say comma and then empty quotes. Here quotes with nothing. I'm not going to type anything inside it. The last parameter is the name of the database. So what is the name of the database? Remember, if you go back, you'll find that I have named my database PHP underscore project. So I'm going to say here comma and then PHP underscore project. And then I'm going to say here or die, and then I'm going to type an error message, and then I'm going to say problem connecting to database, and then semicolon. So let me explain what this is going to do. I'm going to store this in a variable. I'm going to say here I'm going to store this in a variable called con n is going to be equal to this. So let me explain what this is going to do. So what this is going to do is that this is going to attempt to connect to the database. So here mysqli underscore connect. It's going to try to connect to the database using these credentials. It's going to try to connect to the PHP underscore project database using the localhost and root this password, which is nothing, to the database, to this database. And if the connection is successful, then this is going to return success and everything is going to be fine. Else or die, if we, for some reason, if we couldn't connect to the database, then this is going to return problem connecting to the database. So this is what this is gonna do. This is gonna either connect or fail to connect to the database, and if it fails, it's gonna say problem connecting to database. Otherwise, it's gonna tell us that connection was successful. Finally, you need to click on file and then save all.